It is a huge game, a huge occasion with which Chelsea welcome their new manager for his first game at Stamford Bridge, Liam Rosenior, who comes up against the manager in Arsenal's Mikel Arteta, who was given his chance 6 years ago and grabbed it with both hands. And now the new Chelsea boss is hoping to follow suit. An early trophy win would be a big help. Mikel Arteta did manage that in his first season in charge of Arsenal. For Liam Rosenior, if they succeed in this competition, the timescale could be much shorter, with the final of this competition a couple of months away. But instead goes back to Martin Zubamendi. The corner's given, even though Chalobah might have thought he'd played it against him, but he's actually hurt himself in the process. Rice with the kick. And it's a clear header for Ben White. And the player who scored his last 2 goals against Chelsea way back in April 2024 gets off the mark here and gives Arsenal an early advantage in the semi-final.
But that's just incredible, isn't it? How easy was that for Ben White? They didn't have to do anything particularly special here at Arsenal. Yeah, the ball was delivered well, but Sanchez just gets blocked out, quite possibly by his own players here, and waves a hand at it and really gets nowhere near. I don't think Ben White was expecting it, but it's an instinctive duck of the head, and I don't think he can believe it ends up in the back of the net. Such a soft goal from Chelsea's point of view. Incredible. When you look at Arsenal, how do we cope with these set pieces, these corners particularly? You'll have a plan, but Chelsea's plan's fallen apart there.
Here's Saliba. Cucurella getting tight to Bukayo Saka. That was an eagerly awaited contest. Zubamendi, Gyökeres is free if he can find him. It was a little behind him, but he's drawn it in anyway. And he gets his shot away, which does get a little nick and earns Arsenal another corner.
They did well there. Gyökeres kept hold of it, took responsibility and engineered half a yard to get his shot away. Could have passed it back. Can imagine how low confidence is at the moment. He's just got to keep going, keep trying to get away his shots on goal.
Now Gabriel. Trossard finding a route through to Odegaard, who was taken down by Enzo Fernandez, who questions the decision.
Yeah, he's taken the man before, maybe getting a slight touch on the ball.
Rice has stepped away from the kick. It's Odegaard who takes, cleared by Chalobah, but Zubamendi lashes it over.
Not an easy one, quite high, had to get up and over it.
Fofana through the middle to Marc Guiu. It's Pedro. Spread wide by Fernandez. And Estevao goes for it from the angle, ambitious, but certainly worked. Arrizabalaga.
Well, they've continually tried to get the ball out onto this right-hand side. That's where the biggest threats come from for Chelsea.
Declan Rice slings this one in. Zubamendi gets it forward. Eventually ends up back with Rice. Saliba. Oh, tried to curl one, ends up on the roof of the net.
Well, he couldn't resist it in the end. He was invited to shoot. See the blue shirts just back off here, give him a bit of space.
Robbed by Bukayo Saka. Neto trying to get back at him, but Cucurella was the one who got in front of him. Cucurella chasing back at Saka now. Ben White in support, pulls it right across. Gyökeres! Well, he couldn't miss from that range, but that feels like a big moment for the striker. A goal in a big game.
Well, you can see what it means to him, and maybe most importantly, his teammates. They're delighted for him. It's a poacher's effort, to say the least, this. But Sanchez again doesn't come out of it favourably. But there's a potential offside maybe over on that right-hand side. Saka and Cucurella. No, that's on. He just takes the weight off it, Sanchez. Perfectly into the path of Gyökeres, who will take that all day long, whether from a yard or 18, it doesn't matter. Oh, through two hands. And what a dreadful start to the second half for Chelsea. Brilliant for his team.
It's the first goal that Victor Gyökeres has scored in the League Cup since his first goal in English football for Brighton. Here's João Pedro. Neto delivering with a cross, it's all the way through to Garnacho! And Chelsea get a foothold! Off the bench to get them back in it, it's Alejandro Garnacho.
Well, he's just hung out at that far post. It's so easy for a wide player to go in too early, but he doesn't, Garnacho. Pedro Neto does ever so well with the ball in. And look at Garnacho on the far post, just hoping it's going to come his way. First touch is enough to allow him to get the second away. Squirms maybe through the legs of Kepa. But boy, did they need this, Chelsea. The two-legged tie threatening to be ended here at Stamford Bridge by Arsenal, but the Blues well back in it now.
Here's Zubamendi. Now Merino. Saka. Merino into the path of Gyökeres. Laid off for Zubamendi to strike! And just when Arsenal's command had been called into question, Zubamendi reinforces their determination to get this job done in 90 minutes rather than over two legs.
Yeah, it's a big, big goal. You can see the disappointment amongst the Chelsea players. He knows it's huge. Arsenal know it's huge. Just as Chelsea were coming back at the visitors, trying to get an equaliser. Gyökeres has got one goal. He's got an assist now as well with that little flick. But doesn't Zubamendi just shift the ball well to find himself some space? And that's really going to hit hard on those Chelsea players, on the fans as well inside this stadium.
Gyökeres screened that one from Badiashile, played through by Merino to Gyökeres. And Saka came in on it. Chance! Merino is blocked.
Well, this looked like a really good save. It's just all about scrapping for possession here. Ball lands really invitingly, and Sanchez saving it with his foot, does he? Merino catches this as well as he possibly could, and it's the toes of Sanchez keeping it out.
Here's Trevor Chalobah. Now Esteval. Has to try and fight off Jurrien Timber. He's had some success and made some good progress here, Esteval.
Now, not many get the better of Jurrien Timber. He's having a good go at it though.
Neto's corner. Garnacho with a hit! He's done it again! A second lifeline offered to Chelsea by the substitute. Liam Rosenior threw on in this second half. And they've got it back to within one.
I tell you what, that was not an easy take for Garnacho. And again, he just holds his position. It's not often Arsenal get done in these set-piece situations, but they have been there. Maybe Garnacho's a little surprised that it does find the back of the net, but he does well to control it. Those players throwing themselves in front, but they can't get a touch. And Arrizabalaga Balaga can't get much of a touch either.
Sanchez kick. Advantage Arsenal going into the second leg, but it is a narrow one for Mikel Arteta's team. Twice they had a 2-goal advantage and were pegged back. For the most part, it was a game played in good spirit, and it was a really good game in which Chelsea from behind showed plenty of spirit and to keep the tie alive. But it has finished here at Stamford Bridge with Arsenal holding all the cards. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3.